Welcome to Hard Traveling Geeks, a Traveler 5 actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms. This is Season 1, The Brothers of Farbauti. An aerial recon drone provides a high-level view of the battlefield. A company of heavily armed and armored Imperium soldiers hunker in the ruins of a blasted-out city, firing plasma weaponry at hundreds of fast-moving vehicles. Artillery pounds the troops, taking a terrible toll. This is Gougeste, 6 years ago. In the remains of what seems to have been a bank, Major Roxer issues orders to his soldiers, keeping the line from breaking largely through force of personality. He studied the histories of thousands of desperate battles, read the words of hundreds of commanders, and he knows what to say to stiffen a warrior's spine. Next to him, staying as deep in cover as they can get, are a pair of civilians. Kazana Gianeva and Lincoln Lunt are the reason the soldiers are here. Roxer, your habit of doing random audits in the company's reports led you to discover a disturbing pattern of misappropriated supplies, including several heavy weapon systems. That investigation was quickly taken out of your hands, but a few months later, your unit was ordered here to Gougeste to intercept a shipment of those weapons intended for the locals. You're both too early and too late. Too early because the ship allegedly carrying the weapons hasn't yet arrived, and too late because this clearly wasn't the first such shipment. Lunt was the broker on the deal, the front man for what appears to be a wide-ranging smuggling and embezzlement operation. For one reason or another, he wants out of the game, so he recruited a young merchant marine of his acquaintance as a courier to help carry evidence about the operation and the timetable for a drop, with promises to deliver far more evidence if he can be extracted. Much to her consternation, Kazina was forced to come with you, both as a hedge against treachery and to identify Lunt. But now the situation is dire. Somebody tipped off the rebels to your presence, and they've come against you in force. You're over 200 clicks from the starport, and although your technology is vastly superior to your foes, the numbers are against you. If you can get to the grav APCs that brought you here, you can easily evade the rebels, who seem to be entirely landbound. But last you checked, the vehicles were under fire, and it's likely that one or more of them had been destroyed. You had 5, each capable of carrying 25 people, and your company has been whittled down to about 90 soldiers. Meanwhile, aboard the colonial cruiser Luru in orbit above the planet, things are going a little bit sideways. Master Chief Ocho Medriva is in a pickle. For 4 years, his subordinate, Migrant, has carefully built up trust, all the while gathering evidence on misappropriated equipment, contact points, and gradually exposing the operations of a massive interplanetary syndicate. The plan was to wait for Medriva to attempt delivery before executing a sting. There's an entire company of Imperium soldiers on the planet waiting in ambush. But Medriva got greedy. He's promised more than he can deliver in the regular supply shipment to the starport, and he needs someone to fly the ship's pinnace to a rendezvous in one of the old deserted cities. He tried to recruit Jace Alir, knowing that the ensign had washed out of flight school and still takes every possible opportunity to get behind the stick of a spacecraft. Jace reported Medriva to Captain Suchet, and Marines were dispatched to arrest him. And that's when things got complicated. Medriva, being only half a fool, well, maybe 3/4 of a fool, has rigged several of the Luru's airlocks with explosives and is holding the entire ship hostage. He still thinks he can make his delivery. The goods are loaded aboard the pinnace already, and he wants safe passage for himself and his trusted mate Migrant to the hangar. He also wants Ensign Alir to fly the pinnace down to the surface. Ensign Dixon, you happen to be in the electronics shop getting a new power supply for the anesthetizer installed when all this goes down. Medriva and Helzot are right outside in the engineering machine shop, outside an open door, so he knows you're there. The hatches leading to Deck C have been sealed, as have the iris valves leading to engineering in the aft and the fire control sections in the forward. Medriva has pulled out a compact laser pistol, but neither of you other two is armed. So, think on that, we'll come back to you. Down on the planet, Roxer and Kazana, a particularly close explosion rocks the bank, and the steel superstructure is starting to groan. That artillery almost has your range, and within a few minutes, it'll probably wipe you out if you don't move. What are you doing?
So since Lunt is here, I'm assuming I've identified him.
Yeah.
Right?
You led the company to him, identified him, and you were about to set up for the sting, and that's when the rebels attacked.
And then we started getting attacked. All right. I'm waiting. I'm biding my time, trying to be inconspicuous, watching Roxor, as presumably he's the one in charge of what's going down. I'm trying to keep one eye on him and one eye on Lunt to see if he tries to scurry for safety in some fashion.
And Roxor, you're in charge. What are you doing?
How many men did you say I have with me? 90 or so?
You've got 90 left. You started with 120.
Right. Okay. Well, you said we can still make it to what ship did you say? The Imperial something other?
Well, you had 5 flying APCs that can take you back to the starport, but they're a little ways away, and you're not certain if they have survived.
All right. We're currently under attack. I don't want to lose any more men. I want to roll a tactics roll to see if it seems likely see whether offense or defense looks like the best move here.
Okay.
Any mods on that?
Make it an average roll, but no mods.
Okay.
Whoa, that's a good one.
All right.
All right, so you know that if you stay put where you are, this building is probably going to come down on your head.
Mm-hmm.
However, based on some preliminary study that you did on this planet, you know that there are quite likely some subterranean tunnels. And if you can find the entrance to one, they're like pedestrian, like the pedways in some of the northern cities we have here in the U.S. And you can probably move your troops underground and get up under those APCs without exposing yourself to much more fire. But there will be some risk that the tunnels have or will collapse under the artillery fire.
Okay. Well, the building certainly will collapse under artillery fire. So that does still seem like the best way to go. Given my knowledge of fluidics and the movement of liquids through ground, how things interact with the geological systems, I want to see if I can come up with a couple of guesses offhand of where the most likely entrances will be that can take us to our destination.
Okay.
No mod.
Go ahead and make a fluidics roll in. Make this an easy and no mod. Dang.
Made it by 1.
No, you made it by 15 minus 1. Is this doing the calculation correct?
Oh, that's how much I made it by.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Wow. You rolled a 1, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, the higher the number of the effect, the better.
Okay. Wow.
If you exactly match it, the effect will be 0, and if you go above, it'll be negative.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, you easily find the entrance into the tunnels.
Yeah, I'd already mapped these out in my head. Yeah, since it's been one of my hobbies since back on my dirt world.
And in fact, you get down in there and just feeling the way the air is moving on your face, you immediately know which tunnels are clear and which ones are already blocked.
Yeah. And
listening to the sounds, you can tell where stuff is going to be a problem. So you get your men down into the tunnels. You've got Lunt and Kazana. You got some troopers guarding them, and you make your way through. From down here, the sound of the artillery is muffled, and you've got dust coming down from the ceiling occasionally. But you unerringly choose the best route, and you come up into a kind of an auditorium. And you had parked the APCs right outside. Mm. So you send your vanguard out, and they get in their positions, and they're shooting out at the enemy who are still pounding the APCs. And just as you're starting to get everybody out, you notice one of them is already a smoking ruin, and a second one goes up in a big ball of flame. You now only have 3. You've got enough capacity for 75 people, and you've still got 90 soldiers.
How are these being destroyed? Is it incoming artillery, sabotage?
Looking around, you take out your binoculars and you're looking for the threats, and you see that there's a large. It's not quite a tank. It's some kind of a local truck that's been modified with some armor plating, and it's got a big plasma cannon that's been mounted on the top of it. He's kind of going in wide circles, and every time he comes around, he shoots 3 or 4 blasts at the APCs, and his last pass, he destroyed one.
Okay. All right, I'm going to order some of the sniper teams to set up and get ready to look for him as he comes back around, and one of our stealth teams to run forward and try to take the nearest vehicle and start getting it ready.
All right.
And do the vehicles have, energy shields, things like that to protect them once they're powered up?
They're heavily armored. They have some light screens, but they're enough to deflect like small arms fire. But that heavy plasma cannon is still going to punch right through the screen.
Okay.
The only thing that's really guarding them is the fact that they've got that heavy armor plating. So your platoons move out. One of them gets the first AP started up and gets some troopers aboard it, and your other troops get up on the roof, snipers, and they manage to take out that tankish like vehicle. So you can get all 3 of these APCs up and running, but you still have the problem that you don't have enough to evacuate your entire company.
Right. Well, we don't have enough to evacuate our entire company comfortably. Can we, cram in elbow to elbow enough to get us, 5-10 miles down the road where we're not under fire, and then figure something out a little more comfortable?
Yeah, we'll say that you can do that. You'll have to ditch some gear. If you don't have all of your weapons and armor with you, then you can fit more people in there. So maybe if you break down some of your least effective troopers, your rookies, get them out of their armor and leave their guns behind. Of course, you're leaving that stuff behind for the enemy to capture.
Right. Now, our goal here is to escape the planet, or what are we focused on here?
Your mission was to perform this sting operation, capture the smugglers, and make sure that no more weapons get to these rebels.
Right.
By leaving stuff behind, you're kind of losing.
We're supplying the enemy, right?
Mm-hmm. But
how
better that you get your company out rather than have 120 Imperium soldiers and all their gear lost.
Yeah. Are there non-essential systems we could bust down from the ships themselves?
That's an idea. Do you have any technical skills that would be applicable to determining that?
Not me. Mechanic is primarily the low tech, working on cars kind of deal. I don't have any engineering myself. Anybody in my company with skills can help out in that regard?
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm hoping for another skill roll just for the game of it. Kazuna, you're hearing Roxor issuing orders and saying, "Hey, can we pull out anything out of the vehicles?" And you happen to have some electronic skills, so you could help out there if you were so inclined.
Yeah, certainly. I look to Lunt first, and I kind of hiss at him as much as I'm able to under guard. Lincoln, you said we would have to be worried about police, but not soldiers.
Well,
what's going on?
Police and soldiers is kind of the same thing around here. Really, what I was mostly worried about was, being betrayed by these Imperial blokes. But yeah, the rebels, I don't know how they found out about this. There must be a spy somewhere along the lines. Of course, I haven't been talking to nobody other than my contacts, and I didn't, I kept my teeth together, so it wasn't on my end. But I think that probably not one of these Imperial boys, because they wouldn't bring the thunder down on their own heads. But maybe somebody over at the starport may have said something.
Well, somebody better figure something out, or we're gonna be dead, and any of that won't do us any good. And I spin to Roxor. Oi!
Yeah.
Why are we getting in the ships? Perfectly good ships, no?
These ships are working fine, to my knowledge, yes.
So shouldn't we use them?
That would be wonderful. Would you like to be one of the 50 volunteers who has to stay behind? Unless we can find a way to get more people in here by getting some of this equipment out.
50, and I like look at my hands as if to count. You need to make them lighter?
Or skinnier, or we otherwise have to get rid of some equipment or some people. Yes, it's the only way to get us all out right now.
All right, yeah, and I'll move toward one of them and evaluate what I can pull out.
All right, go ahead and make an electronics or engineer roll, your choice.
Yeah, electronics depends because I have engineer. Well, they're the same. All right, what kind of roll?
Make this an average.
Not great.
-2. Okay, that's a failure. So you look around at it and you're kind of bewildered because this stuff is way beyond the tech levels that you're accustomed to. Even your spaceship is kind of primitive in comparison. But one of the technical officers says, "Come on, get aside here. You can help me pull this thing out." And they're pulling the sensors console out and the co-pilot's chair. And so you just, by virtue of being a big strong person, you can help him get the gear out. So you have lightened and expanded these APCs to the point where you can cram everybody in. Everybody's aboard. You've got your rear guard holding off the last of the rebels out there, and the 3 APCs lift off and jet away back toward the starport. Unfortunately, being up in the air makes them nice targets, and the rebels concentrate all of their fire, and there's a lot of them down there. The APC that you're in is rocking back and forth and slewing around, and then you hear something pop, and the whole thing judders and slips sideways and then tilts, and you're looking out the front and you see just the horizon tilt over, and you're going in, hurtling toward the ground way too fast. And let's cut back up to the starship. Jace, where are you at this point? The ship is in general quarters. You've been asked by the criminal to pilot the pinnace.
Yeah, I probably would have been going straight to, most likely not the captain, but I probably would have been making my way directly for the security officer.
Well, you already alerted the captain to the situation, and he's ordered the Marines to seal off the deck where Medriva is. But Medriva's already made his demands. He said he's got explosives on the airlocks, and he wants you to be piloting the pinnace, and he wants safe conduct to the hangar bay.
So he wants me to pilot his escape ship or the main ship I'm on?
He wants you to pilot his escape ship.
I don't think I'm high enough ranking to be able to make that decision for myself.
All right. So the sergeant at arms comes to you and says, all right, look, I've got authorization from the captain. If you're willing, we want you to pretend that you're going to pilot the pinnace down, but I want to arm you with a small holdout pistol. And if you see the opportunity, you take this guy out. But be real careful, because we need to make sure that we secure that transmitter first, or else this whole ship is going down.
Should we have some type of code word that once it's secured, you can let me know, then I can boom boom?
That's a good idea. What's probably we won't want to be communicating with you on the radio. He'll find that suspicious. But we can give you a visual signal. So when you're in the bay, if you see the go lights, they'll be red until it's time. The bay's open and it's time to go, and they'll turn green. If you see them turn red again after they've gone green, then that's your sign that we've done something about the transmitter. But chances are he's going to have that transmitter with him on the pinnace, and so if you can do something about it, then it might be all up to you. We'll see what happens, but this is a dangerous assignment. Are you willing to do it?
For the safety of the rest of the crew, I think I have to.
All right. Get yourself down to deck D, get on that pinnace, and get your pre-flight going. And we're going to escort this guy to you. If we have a chance to take out the transmitter before we get there, then great.
Get to the
if
pinnace.
not, then it's going to be up to you.
Yeah.
Migrant and Chris, again, neither of you is armed, but Medriva has his compact laser pistol. in addition to the radio detonator. He still thinks Migrant is on his side, and he is aware that Chris was in there. And Chris, you have the anesthesia machine that you were getting repaired. And that's pretty much your only resource other than whatever like electronics gear is laying around and the stuff in the machine shop. So what do you get to do?
Okay. First, I do a quick mental scan to see if I have enough to make it possible to whip together a little EMP.
An EMP?
Yes, like a little EMP grenade.
Perfect for a spaceship.
That's an interesting idea. Do you have an electronic skill?
Engineer power.
Power systems isn't going to be very good because that's about the power plant of the spaceship itself.
Okay, then no, I don't.
You have ordnance though, right? Didn't you take that?
Yes, I did actually.
Okay,
So I may
that'll work.
Yeah,
Give me a difficult ordnance roll.
a difficult. Okay.
Nice. All right, so gathering what you've got here, you cobble together what you think is probably going to create a pretty solid electronic pulse. At the very least, it'll be like a jamming field that'll be active for probably just a few seconds because it's very jury-rigged.
Okay.
Migrant, what are you doing right now?
How close am I to, what was the guy's name again?
Ocho Madriva.
Madriga. Okay. Are we in a hallway or in a room?
It's a room. It's got a lot of tables and equipment in here for fabricating parts for the engines.
Okay. All right. So, and has Madriga given orders out to anyone to do anything? I mean, he trusts me. Am I just...
Yeah, he got on the comms and he demanded safe passage to the pinnace.
Right.
And Jay Salir as a pilot, and that if anybody tried to take him out or tried to impede you,
yeah,
that he was going to blow the airlocks.
Okay. All right. Cool. And he doesn't know what Chris is trying to do.
He's aware that Chris is there, and he's trying to cover him with the pistol while also keeping an eye on the hatches. And I imagine Chris is being surreptitious enough and trying to make it look like he's still working on the anesthetizer. Okay.
How far away are we in this room from the pinnace? Is it just down the hall?
Actually, you know what? I have a map of this ship.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I should have pulled this up earlier.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
All right, so you are up here in B3.
Okay.
The pinnace entrance is just one deck below you, and these round things at the front of it are hatches. So all you got to do is you got to go down one deck, and then you're just a few feet away from the entrance to the boat.
And these right here are hatches.
Yep.
Okay.
They're currently sealed by the Marines.
Oh, nice. Okay. And okay. Med, I don't think we're going to make it out of this. What's your backup plan for this thing, man? You've got us in a pickle right now.
Yeah, I know. I guess I overreached. But look, they're not going to want to lose the whole ship. I mean, there's a lot of people here, and it's a big, expensive ship. They're not going to want to lose the whole thing for the sake of like a few guns and some bombs. You know, I think as long as I got this thing, we're okay. You know, and they're going to let us down there, and we're going to get on that pinnace, and Alir's going to take us down to the planet. You know, if he doesn't, I'll drill him right in the head.
Oh, and that's going to help something, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Can you fly the thing?
Yeah, I mean, okay, flying is not the concern right now. Do you remember where you put all the bombs?
Yeah, man. They're on the airlocks.
Okay, that's great. They're on the airlocks. We've got one deck to go to get down to this pinnace thing. We don't know how many Marines are between us and the pinnace, do we?
Well, no, but I imagine there's at least like there's probably a half dozen down there in the staging area right below us. I mean,
yeah, okay.
Down there.
I mean, I agree with you. So, and you got one pistol.
Yeah, well, and I got this. This is the real weapon.
Yeah, well, okay, you keep telling me that, but it's like I'm not really sure what it'll do.
Well, it's gonna blow the airlocks right out, and then we got hard vacuum all through the ship.
Yeah.
But I
okay. Okay. And you've got your gravity boots on, is what you're telling me.
Well, no, I mean that'll kill us both. But it'll kill everybody else too and destroy the ship, and they're not going to want that to happen.
Oh my goodness! Sometimes. Look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but sometimes I don't know that you think some of this out all the way.
Now look, you're in this as deep as me. We've been together on this for like 3 years, and you knew that this was the plan. Well, you didn't know this was the plan,
right? Okay. So at least you're telling the truth now. That's right. I didn't know that this was going to be the plan.
Well, I didn't know this was going to be the plan either. It was kind of an improvised thing.
Okay. Look,
and I got to tell you, it was hard work getting those explosives into the airlocks.
I'm pretty sure that it would have been. Okay. Mission 1 here is we've got to get down one deck to get to this ship. All right. And we don't know how many Marines are between us and that ship. And the only way for us to get out of here is off that ship, because you're using that thing in your hand. I might take you out myself. Dude, you're not killing me here. We've been in.
Well, it's going to be this or it's going to be the Marines.
Okay.
They're going to be shooting to kill.
Well, I'm telling you one thing. It ain't going to be me, because that ain't how we played this out.
All right. Well, just hang on. And I'm you hit that button on the comms, and we'll get on with the captain and see what's going on.
All right. That's fine. All right. So I hit the comms button.
Okay, Captain Sushit, what's your decision? Are you going to let us down? And you hear the captain's voice come back and says, yes, you are cleared to go down to the pinnace. We have got Ensign Alir at the controls, and he will be flying you down. But I want to warn you that as soon as we've got your explosive taken care of, as soon as this ship is fully back under my control, you had better be well hidden, sir, because I am coming for you. Oh yeah, you go ahead and come. You do what you got to do, but you just remember that if you pull a fast one on me, before we're away, kaboom, whole ship's going. Captain says, all right, Marines, evacuate cabin C10, undog the hatch, get ready for these men to come down. And you hear the click of the leftmost hatch. Actually, no, they undid the rightmost hatch.
Okay.
Just to give you a little bit further to go, because they're jerks.
Yeah.
And he says, "Okay, migrant, go ahead and open that hatch and stick your face down in there and see if you get shot off."
Oh, there you go. Okay. You know what? If I do, I'm going to come back and bleed all over you. So I'm going to go over. I'm going to open up the hatch. And I'm not going to stick my face in, but I am very carefully going to be looking. But I'm not just going to stick my head through there. And I don't think I'm seeing. I think I'm seeing some space, some where the Marines have backed off. I kind of think that there's a little bit of, like, in a sense, I think they followed orders. So do I need to roll anything to kind of secure that in my knowledge?
Do you have recon? You do have recon, right?
I do have recon, yes, sir.
Make an average recon roll.
Average recon, okay. And so skipping. So I just hit the submit button at this point, right?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. You don't see any signs of Marines immediately. You think it's likely, though, that some of them might be waiting off in the medical bay or whatever this is.
Yeah, back in the recesses there.
Yeah, so they're probably behind the closed doors over there, ready to pop out and shoot if it becomes necessary.
All right. Can I? Okay, I'm gonna look back at old Nettie there. And does he have his eyes on Chris right now?
He's kind of looking back and forth between the hatch and the electronic shop. He says, you just stay in there. You don't make a move. You know what's good for you, Doc.
Hey, Nettie. Okay, look, it looks like everybody's backed off, man. We've got an open spot here. We can get down in here. Are we taking Chris with us, or are you leaving him here?
You know what? You close that door, and if I see you pop out of that door, I'm gonna drill you.
You said that to Chris?
Yeah, to Chris.
I got you. Okay.
How do you respond, Chris?
What is the range on my improvised explosive?
You can very easily lob it into the room that they're in. It's effectively the range of a baseball. You could throw it to the other side of the ship easy.
Okay, and can I throw it while not being in his direct sight?
If you try to lob it around the door without exposing yourself, then it'll I'd say that will increase the difficulty by 1. It'll make it a formidable roll.
Oh, okay. Then I don't want to do that. So I want to go to shut the door, I guess, and make like I'm doing something with the door, and then just toss it straight over by right next to him, sort of where it goes to the side, and do it.
Okay. Then make a difficult. You could make this your choice of a fighter roll, or you could roll ordnance again, and it'll be dex based.
Oh, I want to do it as a slug thrower.
Well, a slug thrower is a gun, unless you have something that you can load it into and fire it from.
Throw slugs.
Yeah, then I'll do
Then you just have to wash your hands. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew, gross.
weapon.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And what difficulty was it?
And now I'm suddenly at a loss to remember what the difficulty scale is. Hang on a sec.
I mean, because he can still see me, so it's
It's the
sort
3D
of-
difficulty, whatever that is. Difficult.
Wait, it's what?
Difficult. The 3D version.
Oh, okay. Okay, here we go.
So that's a bad toss. So you fling it out there and slam the door closed, and he's just like, "Oh, what the crap is that?" And you hear the sound of it hitting the deck, and then he kicks it down the hatch, and it goes off the level below. Jace, all of a sudden your avionics go all haywire. Madriva fires 2 shots at the now closed door and says, "Hurry, get down there!" And he shoves Migrant toward the hatch.
Yeah, I'm getting down.
All right. So you drop down into the lower level, and you still don't see any signs of the Marines. And Madriva follows down. He's having a hard time negotiating the ladder with both the transmitter and his gun, but he manages to get down. And you head over into the entrance of the pinnace. Chris, now that they have left your level, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forget that's my name.
That's why I changed my name, so I can remember what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of follow very slowly. Well, how do I
Okay.
know he's actually left this floor?
Well, you heard the sounds of 2 people going down the hatch.
Oh, okay.
And, you crack the door open, and you can see that there's nobody in there anymore.
Oh, okay, then I want to get out and fall at a distance.
Okay. Are you trying to remain hidden?
Yes,
Do you have the stealth skill?
I do.
Okay, give me an average stealth roll.
With dex or intelligence?
Whichever one you feel good about.
Yeah, I'm doing intelligence. It was average, right?
Yes, average.
Yeah, so I'm using like my logic of how to physically, my knowledge of what stuff obstructs your vision and all that.
Right.
When to move.
And realizing that there's enough noise on the ship that you don't really have to disguise your footsteps.
Yeah.
All right, that's a pretty good stealth roll. So you manage to follow, and you get it right near that hatch so that you can kind of look down and see what's going on. And you see that they're headed for the hatch over to the pinnace. And you can see your grenade on the floor down at the bottom of the ladder.
I presume it's broken, right?
Well, it's gone off, so it was a one-use thing.
But we're on this level right here, right? B.
No, you're out on deck C.
Oh, C is below B. Okay, I got you. I see. I thought it was flipped the other way. All right. So, is there any way that while we're heading towards this, that I can attempt to convince Meds to give me either the gun or the device?
You certainly can try. What argument are you going to make to him?
All right. So we're not quite at the ship, right?
No, I'd say that you're headed
Headed
through
towards-
valve into the C-13 corridor.
Mads, give me. Let me hold the pistol. Let me hold the gun. I've got to be able to back you up.
Yeah, you know what? It was kind of hard getting down that hatch there, that ladder with my hands full, and
just let me hold on for you. Let me back you up. I'll watch your six. You hold on to the device, and we don't know what we've got. We've got to get towards this ship. So let me hold on to that for you.
All right, yeah. You watch our six.
Okay.
You make sure those Marines aren't sneaking up on us. And
I'm looking for them, and I don't see them yet. But we've got to be careful because we don't know what's ahead of us.
All right, so you now have this little tiny laser holdout pistol.
Yeah, little holdout thing. Yeah.
And he goes through the hatch now that his other hand is free, and he's opening the gangway into the pinnace. Here. Yeah, you're through that hatch, and then he's opening this one up here.
I got you. Okay.
So, Chris, you see that Medriva has handed over the pistol to his accomplice.
Okay. A dirty traitor.
And this guy, you don't know him very well. He's only been on the ship for 3 years. Not like some of these other old salts that have been here for 10 or more. And he mostly keeps to himself. He and Medriva. Plus, they're enlisted and you're an officer, so
yeah, everybody calls him new guy.
They don't seem to come through the infirmary very often.
Oh, so he's only been there 3 years. Okay, and I'm an ensign right now. Okay.
Do I know Jace? Just out of game here. Do I know Jace?
I'm imagining that you've probably interacted with him a time or two, but again, he's an officer. You're enlisted, and you're not in the same.
I got you. Okay.
The same section, so you don't have a whole lot of opportunity to interact with him.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm keeping a keen eye on Meds here because I'm thinking that there may be an opportunity for me to shift the balance of power.
Well, you've got the gun now, so yeah.
But I'm trying to play this right. So
right. All right. So he opens the hatch and he steps out into the pinnace. He's like, "Come on, migrant. We're almost home free."
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
So these two fellows board the pinnace, Jace, and you're up in the pilot's compartment, obviously. And there's the bulkhead between you, but there's of course a hatch leading from there into the main part of the pinnace, and it's loaded up with crates. So there's not a whole lot of room for these two to get in, and they're kind of crowded up against that bulkhead at the front.
Yeah, so there's only supposed to be one passenger, not two.
Well, no, I said the whole time that I wanted passage for myself and my mate. That was the agreement. Now you do your whatever you need to do. Open the hatches and we'll get out of here. Now you be careful though. Wouldn't want to do anything to this nice shiny ship. I know you have designs on flying the thing.
Even know where you're going yet?
Yeah. I got coordinates for the drop zone. I'll give that to you once we're clear. Don't want no orbital strike coming in at us.
Can Jace see me right now?
That's up to you. Are you standing?
I'm just behind Meds to his right.
All right. So then, yeah, he probably can see you because they're talking through the hatchway.
Okay. I'm gonna look up at Jace and take a chance, and I'm going to wink with my left eye and nod at him as subtly as possible, of course.
Yes, for the person who is not looking in your direction and does not have eyes in the back of their head, will definitely not be able to see it.
Okay, I thought you had turned and looked at him when you were talking. Sorry.
Yes, I can see you. Yeah, he can't see you.
He's not supposed to see me. That's exactly right. Yes. All right. Okay, so I have no idea what Jace has in his plan, and I don't even have any idea of what I have in my plan. But are we going to begin to make some movement? Like, will the ship, when this pinnace need to kind of offload before we take off, or will there be any disruption to the physicality of where we're standing?
Well, the way it'll work is this big hatch at the back will open up, and it'll fire its maneuvering thrusters, which will accelerate it backwards. This generally is not real rough.
Okay.
You don't exit the ship like at full speed. Do it carefully. Okay.
As soon as those go off, I want to shoot the arm that he has the thing in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
I want to shoot him at the elbow.
Okay.
So whatever hand, what is it called again? A transmitter or
Detonator.
transistor? Or a what?
Yeah, detonator or transmitter.
Okay, yeah, the transmitter. I want to shoot him in that arm that he has. I want to try to take that arm down without even saying anything to him. But I want to do it when those rockets go off, because I need something to have a little bit of a mental something.
Okay.
What do I do?
There's a question in the chat about, I hope this isn't a dead man switch.
Fortunately, this is not what we
Jace?
talked about.
Oh,
You
nobody
have luck, so just remember that you might need to roll that.
No, that's fine.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just letting you know that Meds and I did not talk about it being a dead man switch. He would actually actively have to push the button, according to what I understand. So if he lied to me, then I guess we'll have fun.
It'll be one wild ride.
All right, Chris.
Short, but wild.
Chris, you've seen that both of the conspirators have gone into the corridor leading to the pinnace, and so C10 is clear if you wanted to do something else.
C10. Oh, is there like a large weapon I could run to and start and aim at these people?
Well, I mean, if you wait for them to actually clear the ship, then there's these giant turrets on the back of it.
They're probably already fully armed and ready to go, right?
They could be fired. Alternately, I mean, don't really know. I think the ship's locker is on the lowest level, so you'd have to go down 3 more decks to get actual guns. And chances are most of the guns are on the pinnace. Because this guy's stealing them.
Just remember, though, that you also have a crewmate on the pinnace who is currently the most trusty crewmate you could know. Considering you have seen one of your other crewmates run away with the smuggler.
Ooh, what's your rank?
Ensign right now, same as you.
Oh, okay, helps promotion.
Yeah, I'm either an ensign, because this is during my first term, right? Not my second term.
I'm playing a little fast and loose with the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
You're currently an ensign whenever that would have happened.
Yeah, that's my first term. Second term, sub-lieutenant.
Well,
Actually,
did you get promoted during your first term or during your second?
second.
Okay, so this could be at the beginning of your second term.
Yeah. Either way, I'm still an ensign. I'm not promoted yet.
Right.
So I'm the same rank as you are.
Oh, okay. Then there's like not much to. We can't rewire the ship's weapons into an EMP. That we would have those.
You
Do our-
do
do our-
still have
Uh-huh.
an anesthesia machine.
You may feel a little discomfort.
Okay. So I am. Is this like a handheld? Is this a carryable one that I have with me? Or is
Yeah,
this
it's a fairly. It's not like a handheld device, but it's something that you can carry in both hands.
okay.
And more importantly, it's got all of the chemicals that could be used to anesthetize somebody inside it.
Oh, okay. So, question here: is it possible in some form for me to climb into the ventilation system of the pinnace? No, everybody's wearing respirators, right?
Everybody on the planet's wearing respirators. Up on the ship, you've got perfectly good
Oh.
life support.
To climb into the ventilation system with the machine, and then activate the machine.
Let me take a look at your skills real quick.
I mean, that would involve me having to. I'd probably have to get on. There's probably not a direct, unless they have a direct hook to the ventilation system while it's docked.
Well, you have the engineering skill. Go ahead and give me a 2d6 roll versus your intelligence.
So I just do 2d6 and see if it's higher than intelligence, right?
Well, see if it's lower than intelligence.
Lower.
Which should be pretty easy because your intelligence is 13.
Is this going to be like, you succeeded? Yeah, this is a terrible plan. Don't do it. Oh, okay. So
A 4. That's a great roll.
Okay.
Right. So based on your knowledge of the ship systems and its engineering, you've had a basic course in ship's engineering. You know all of this stuff in this area is life support, and that as long as the pinnace is tethered to the ship, it shares its life support with the cruiser. So if you load, you can route your anesthesia from the cruiser's life support into the pinnace and just inject it directly in there.
Ooh, I want to do that.
All right. So go ahead and make an engineering roll. We haven't given you a base engineering skill yet, I don't think.
Just do the a 1. The under intelligence, I can do that?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, as a average, difficult?
Make this a average.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay.
10. Okay,
Nice.
You do it flawlessly.
Wow.
All right, so Jace is trying to figure out how he's going to operate this ship when all of his electrical systems are dead. Migrant is waiting for an acceleration that can't happen because all the electronic systems are dead. And suddenly you start to smell something that smells a little minty. You start feeling a little woozy. And Migrant, you see you see Medriva. He's not got as much body mass as you, and you see him start to fall. And that transmitter is starting to fall out of his hands.
Ooh, I'm gonna catch it.
All right, give me just a fighter check with Dex.
Okay. All right, so I go to the fighter and I move it from strength to dex, right?
Yep.
And then roll.
And make this an average check.
Okay. Ooh.
All right, you catch it. So you go and you grab that transmitter and you get it out of his hand before he can drop it or hit the button. And you got it clutched in your hand just as you start to, the darkness comes in and you lose consciousness.
Oh, I can't cover my mouth?
Nope. It got all of you. So the ship is safe. But back down on the planet.
Ow.
Back down on the planet, the APC is going in. And you just see the dirt and the dust come up, and there's just this eruption of dirt as you slam into the ground, and everybody's tossed around, and bits of.
But when I see that we're going down, I give the everybody brace for impact. We can do this kind of leadership check here.
All right,
I'll
go ahead and
call
give me
it,
a leadership.
Average. Whoa, there we are.
That's a good roll.
Everybody's totally set.
All right.
We crash with Roxor all the time.
Unfortunately, among the things that you had to strip out of here are a lot of the safety equipment.
Yep. Let's get rid of the safety couches. and the
Nobody could
parachutes.
strap. Right, because you had to cram so many people in there. Now, fortunately, you are crammed in there with a lot of bags of salt water, so that absorbs a lot of impact.
Exactly. Yeah. Good thing we have all this cushioning. Enlisted cushioning's the best.
But you get knocked around pretty good, and the troops are like bashing open and getting the back hatch opened up, pouring out and getting whatever guns and whatever armor that you can get in place, because the rebels are coming in. You've got probably 30 people.
Mhm.
What you gonna do? You got all of the rebels are all on like converted motorbikes and little cars and trucks.
Yeah.
There's one large tracked vehicle that's hinged in the middle, but it's pretty far away. But you can see it's got a big cannon on top.
Oof. right. Right. Have all the some of the rookies did not have their weapons brought with them, right? Or no, we were able to bring them all on because we got rid of some of the other equipment.
Well, you still had to leave behind some armor and weapons just to fit everybody in and get the weight down.
Okay.
But all of your veterans are armed and armored.
Yeah. All right, veterans, fan out.
Yes, that is exactly what's in my head. Is
That
Mad
was
Max.
amazing. I was so hoping.
This is definitely the Mad Max world. All right, so they're fanning out and they're getting cover in whatever rocks and the trench left behind by the crash.
Yeah.
Give me a tactics roll. Make this one formidable.
Ooh, got close.
3. Okay.
We're formidable.
So everybody's getting into cover, and you're issuing orders. You're trying to keep your cool. But this situation is bad because you don't have good cover. This is not the place that you would have liked to take your stand. The other two APCs, shot by, and they're still under fire from the ground.
Yeah.
And they're bugging out. They're just trying to get away because they saw you go down, and so they know that there's enough weapons.
That's exactly what they should.
Enough firepower to bring them down too. And so you're just watching helplessly. You're firing your own plasma rifle. You're trying to keep Kazana and Lunt keep their heads down, and you're just seeing your troops die. I mean, one after another, they're going down. This is a bloodbath. It's really bad. And then next thing you know, you've suddenly taken a shot in the gut, and some machine gun is just ripped through your body. And the last thing that you're aware of.
Yeah, and I was on my way to the APG to try to sabotage it, have it self-destruct, take out some rebels, since most of us are all gone. But they got me just before I could get to it.
Just before you got there, you were reaching for the power system to start getting it rigged. Mm-hmm. And as you're going down, you hear this enormous boom. Just moments ahead of all of these energy beams lancing down out of the sky. And the clouds part to reveal a marvelous sight. A Kinunir-class colonial cruiser is descending, its guns raining death on the rebels. The gunfire ceases moments before 24 capsules rocket away from the underside of the ship. The capsules decelerate rapidly when they reach the surface, then they break open to reveal Marines in full battle dress. And even with their artillery and plasma weaponry, the rebels are no match for the power armor platoon. Armored vehicles and fast-moving combat bikes start erupting in these beautiful red-orange explosions. And you're seeing this through the haze of red, immense pain as you're starting to lose consciousness. And you see there's only a bare handful of rebels that are managing to get out of the fire zone.
Yep. Well, time for me to fall asleep and have dreams of large women.
6 years later, Chris and Jace have just received their walking papers from Captain Suchit, and they've been transferred via that self-same pinnace over to Regina Highport. The two of you and several other spacers who have been either discharged or taking leave step out into the bustling transfer walkways and make your way over to the local transfers window, where you arrange for a shuttle to drop you down to the surface. Chris, or Jacob, this is your opportunity to describe Chris to us. What does he look like?
Oh, I should have thought of this before, right now.
Thank you for not having me go first.
Yeah, so he has has brown hair, wears it kind of high. You can kind of tell it's him if you saw just his head. Hopefully that'll never happen.
It's like a pompadour.
What's a pompadour?
It's a hairstyle.
Oh. I need a picture of this.
Rebel without a clause. Yeah.
Unless they're a lawyer, then they're a rebel without a clause.
Got a Johnny Bravo haircut.
And he's actually... yeah, he's got that looking like... Actually, he's looking like James Dean from Rebel Without a Cause, but skinnier, a little wryer, not as quite as wild looking.
So then, Greg, what about Jace? Describe him.
As just leaving the military, clean shaven, Not the pompadour, I'm sorry. The pompadour is not militarily allowed. If I was your CO, that would not have been approved.
What rank were you?
I came out as a sub-lieutenant.
Oh, I came out as a lieutenant, so
That explains it.
Oh, wow.
all the lieutenants are doing it.
Yeah, lieutenant made it mandatory.
See, that's actually how they identify rank in the Imperial Navy.
Got the size of your hair.
It's not by insignia, it's by hairstyle.
The taller the hair, the higher the rank.
You gotta meet an admiral.
Should see Captain Suchet's mohawk. It's glorious.
Now I'm just picturing Captain Sujin as rather short, but like twice as tall because of the mohawk. Yeah, no pompadour, but slicked back hair, mid-ish 30s. Well, early 30s, that's right. I'm early 30s still. Yay, early 30s.
All right.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, you're stowing a pair of near identical duffels in the overhead compartment and getting ready to strap in for the drop down to the moon below. And that's when Jace spies a pair of familiar faces. Coming down the aisle and carefully comparing each seat number to the ticket in her hand is Kazina Gianeva. You're expecting her, but with her is a comparatively scrawny-looking Vargur that you met once by the name of Troitska. So Jacob, go ahead and describe Kazina to us.
Kazina is a pretty average, slightly below average height woman of about 30. She has somewhat dull black hair up low in a kind of practical bun and large gray kind of naive looking eyes, but she carries herself like someone who is confident in the space immediately around her. What was I was thinking? Oh yes, she's carrying a moderate sized pack that seems like it probably holds most of what she owns. And if you look at her arms and hands, you can tell she's not built like a bodybuilder, but you can see there's a lot of strength and flexibility in her arms, and she looks sturdy.
And Troitska, on the other hand, is a tiny little thing, fine-boned, quite short, and standing next to Kazina, she looks delicate. And they both see Jace, and Troitska kind of waves hesitantly. She says, "I remember you. You came and listened to me, listened to my poetry at Karna Station. Yes."
Yes.
Oh yeah, yes. We're sitting next to you. Is this okay?
Fine by me.
I'm sorry, I have not introduced myself. I'm Troitska, a poet. I've been invited here to. There's a singer named Bazin Durana. Have you heard of Bazin Durana?
I have not.
Well, she apparently heard of my poetry and has asked me to come and be a lyricist for her to collaborate. And it is a very great honor. I have barely been off my homeworld, and this is just it's overwhelming. There's so much.
No, that sounds really awesome.
Kazina, you know Jace and Chris a little bit.
Okay.
After the aftermath of Gougeste, you, of course, were extracted with everybody else. And so you had the opportunity to interact a little bit with some of the naval officers.
Mm-hmm.
In the years since, for some reason, some of them have kept in touch with you. And you very unexpectedly got this opportunity to come to Regina with Troitska to pursue this this music deal.
Yeah, so I'll extend my hand then for Jace to shake.
Shake his hand. Well, shake her hand.
All right. While you're chatting, there's a loud chunk from the docking clamps, and the shuttle accelerates smoothly sideways away from its moorings. Pirouettes away from the station, and Troitska suddenly loses all interest in the conversation in favor of pressing her nose to the porthole and staring out at the gas giant outside. The light it reflects bathes the entire shuttle in a diffuse red-orange glow, painting the Vargur's fur in flames. You drop toward the largest of Assiniboia's moons, the subsector capital world of Regina. Dozens of other ships and shuttles can be seen nearby, flitting to and from the moon, the Highport, various other space stations, including the naval base where the Luru is currently undergoing its refits. Thanks to the grav lifter technology, reinsertion in the atmosphere is smooth, no turbulence to speak of. As you continue to fall through the cloud layer, the vast metropolis of Credo spreads out beneath you. Central to the city is this massive arcology, thousands of meters in height, and its supporting spokes radiate outward through the city, and the whole city is organized around it. It's got this circular pattern to it around the arcology. There are dozens of these needle-like skyscrapers that surround the arcology, their glass glittering in the morning sun, but none compare in majesty to that central spire. And scattered throughout the sky over Credo, you see that there are thousands of balloons, dirigibles, and other varieties of airship. Entire flying buildings are draped in silk streamers, and in the distance you can see what appears to be a flying town. The shuttle's pilot comes on the intercom. If this is your first visit to Regina, you're in for a real treat. The annual Skyways Promenade is taking place right now, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a big anniversary for the event. The next month, you'll have celebrations and air shows, and there'll be plenty of opportunities to take a ride with the flotilla. And this seems like a good opportunity to switch over to Migrant and Roxor. Following the disaster at Gougeste, Major Roxor was knighted.
The mission, you mean?
Was knighted by Archduke Norris himself for his role in exposing several corrupt officers who'd been selling military assets to rebels on several worlds. Due to the injuries he received in the battle, he was unable to continue his military career, but his elevation to the aristocracy opened new avenues. Dave, give us a description of Baronet Roxor.
If you give me another 2 minutes, I'll have a picture for you.
Pictures are good, but this is an audio medium.
Yeah.
So description is better.
Sure. He's kind of olive-skinned, thin, fairly fit despite the injury. Sometimes has a mustache, but he's decided recently to get rid of that. His eyes are almost red, kind of an unusual color. It's just a natural family trait. They only seem that way in certain lighting. Normally they're on the bluish green side, but you get him in the right angle, and it looks like he has a red eye coloring.
Interesting. All right, so Migrant's role in the affair was kept quiet, but he did receive a private commendation and a handshake from the Archduke. It was unfortunately not kept quiet enough. After the smuggler syndicate found him and retaliated, he was forced to leave the security services and go into hiding. After 8 years of a relatively banal but happy existence, his past has caught up with him again. Your turn, John. Give us a description of Migrant.
All right. Migrant's not a hefty fella, but he is somewhat good looking. He has long dark hair, light beard. He's 27 years old, so he's rather young, looking somewhat like someone that you might think could have been in some type of law enforcement service, or definitely kind of somebody that knows his way around flying machines and has an honest face, somebody that you would trust just by looking at him. But of course, actions speak louder than words, so he may not be formidable, but he doesn't come across as being a wimp.
All right. I'm going to assume that, well, actually, I'll let you relay this to us in a bit here.
Sure.
So, Roxor, when Migrant contacted you with news that the crime ring was apparently still active, you pulled some strings to bring together a few people that you're certain will be interested in doing something about it. It cost you a little bit of money and some political favors to divert the Luru to Regina for a refit instead of Jewel. And persuading Bazandurana to invite Troitska and Kazana was more difficult, but the diva eventually agreed in exchange for a favor to be named later. The two of you are lounging near the arrivals gate at the downport, watching the flotilla wheel by in the sky overhead, and catching each other up on recent events. So go ahead and chat for a bit. And Migrant, this is your opportunity to share that information you wanted to earlier.
Migrant, so good to see you again.
To see you as well.
Appreciate
you.
What's been going on in your life? It's been several years.
Yeah, I had a little bit of time with kind of working with law enforcement in kind of a special agency type role. I unfortunately don't really have a lot that I can share there. Most of the files were sealed and
Of
so
course.
much of it was considered classified, but you understand that having the military background that you do.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I did end up getting married. You remember the girl that I met? I don't know if I remember if I introduced you. I think I may have told you about her.
You've mentioned her, yes. I don't think I've met her.
Yeah, Don Tarmy, and she. Let me tell you, this was a living work of art. She had flowing dark auburn hair, sparkling blue eyes, mild complexion. Stood about 5'3". You'd look at her and go, not much to that girl. Maybe she'll fit with migrant, but solid frame woman with huge tracts of land that she had inherited from her family, uh, with plans to build a large animal hospital uh, west of the Pecos star system, if you remember where that is. Uh, we were married 11 years, and then it was that fateful day. I'll never forget that day. I don't know if you had heard, but she was murdered.
Oh, no. Wow.
And
No, I had not. That's awful.
yeah, those 11 years we were together it was more real joy that I'd had in my life beyond flying the dirigibles or studying, what I studied or working on electronics or whatever. It's, my work was always consumed me, but she consumed me. I mean, this was the love of my life. And I got home that one day after work, and it'd been a great day. The flying was good. I didn't have any problems. No customer complaints. No anything. And I when I got up towards the place, because we had this nice little house in this barn area and had some fencing and stuff where she was kind of preparing to build this animal hospital area.
Wow.
I get into the house and it looks like it's been partially ransacked, and I'm looking around and I'm fretting, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, and I happen to see what looks like maybe some drag marks or whatever, and I go out the house and I get to the side of the barn, and there she is, just laying there amongst this broken fencing right next to the barn, and I called investigators, and I wanted to rush to her, but having the secret agent background and whatnot, I was like, this crime scene, and I didn't know what to do, and I stood there, and I wanted to take her away and prepare for burial, and they needed to, they told me that she went down with guns blazing, so to speak. Yeah, her life was taken. She was broken and bruised, but she probably beat the crap out of whoever was trying to take her life, and I can't prove this yet, my friend, but I think it has something to do with the syndicate, because there was a note that was next to her body that said, "Get out of the game." And I'm telling you, I know there's a deep, wide, hard quarry that's there's some rocks in there that need to be busted up for the rest of their lives. And that's where they're going to end up when I get a hold of them.
That is hardcore. I'm so sorry for everything that you've experienced and the loss of your beautiful wife.
I appreciate that. I don't really like to talk about it, but we've had a history, and I appreciate the candor, and I appreciate the support you've given me. When you go on these missions, these secret missions, people don't know who is trusting and who is not trusting, and they kind of look at you like, you got this dirt all over you, like you're some tainted whatever, and you never treated me that way. So I figured I could at least share a little bit of life with you, and yeah, I will get them. One of these days, I will find them, and they will be brought to justice.
Well, and you can count on me to be by your side.
I appreciate that.
It's a shame I never got to meet her. She sounds a bit like my Fatima, We're engaged. Not married yet.
Nice.
Oh yeah, thank you. She's also very strong, tough, feisty. Loves to be outdoors. She also does a bit of work with animals. And the last time I saw her, she was building a fence. Actually, driving the stakes and everything.
Nice. Well, it sounds like you have a lot to handle there. I'm pretty sure you're ready to handle that kind of love in your life, I'd say.
I don't know if any of us are ever ready. I don't know if you've last time we've talked, but I was injured in that battle. I've got an artificial lung now. I was hit through the guts with 7 bullets. It's amazing I lived at all.
When I had heard that you had been damaged in that battle, I didn't get much information. I didn't know, what to think. I didn't know, would you have made it out alive? Or I didn't really get a lot. So I'm really glad to know that you've come out of it like that. I can share with you a little bit. I can commiserate. I had a little bit of trouble after my missions were over and I'd been released from my duty. There was, we had these training sessions that I was involved in, and I ended up having to get, prosthetic arms and legs. And it's, I know, I'm not necessarily going to, disrobe to show you that you can't really tell, but just trust me, the nano skin that they gave me is excellent. And these cybernetics, they really have helped my life since those accidents, and just glad to have it. So I appreciate you sharing with me. I'm hoping that lung will carry you on through the rest of your life, man.
Well, I'm sure it will one way or the other.
All right, so about this time, you spot the shuttle. It settles gracefully on its landing struts, and the passengers begin to disembark. It doesn't take long for you to spot Sir Chris now, Jace, and Kazana. The diminutive Vargur with them must be Troitska. And away from Migrant, the 4 new arrivals make their way to you. Troitska is just looking around, just utterly amazed. She says, "This is the most marvelous thing I've ever seen. These buildings are gigantic. How do they do it?"
Well, they usually start at the bottom and then work their way up.
She gives you a withering glance.
On the space station where I grew up, they actually did it in reverse, though.
You grew up on a space station. What was that like?
Nothing as far as the eye could see.
That doesn't sound very much different from where I grew up. It's a lot of nothing and some sheep.
New Zealand?
I don't know what that is. So do you have anything to say to one another other than bad jokes?
Do I ever?
Well, I know you don't.
I was kind of smiling as Triska was impressed by the shuttle voyage, but once we got closer to the planet, I too am awed by the architecture, although I'm trying to hide it somewhat. And so as Jace describes space, I'll say, yeah, well, the air transportation is not so unfamiliar to us, eh? But I imagine you had none of that in space.
So what do you do for food in space? I mean, obviously you're not growing crops and butchering animals.
A little bit of crop growth with some hydroponics. Mostly it comes in with the shipments. It's better than what we had in the military, though.
Well, anyway, I wonder if one of you could help me. I'm supposed to meet with an agent, Michael Jane Promotions. I have the address written down here, but this city is. I thought I would be able to find it, but this is bigger. Probably more people in this city than on my entire planet. Does one of you know where to find this? Roxor actually knows right where it is because he was the one who arranged for her to come here to begin with.
Yes. I can help you with that. I'm Roxor. Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm Troitska from Sirdaraya.
Well, it's wonderful to meet you. So, what are you looking for? How can I help?
Well, I'm supposed to work with this singer Bazin Durana, and they told me to go to Michael Jane Promotions.
Oh, yeah,
And,
I can help you with that. I don't know where that is.
Okay, wonderful. Could you, if you take me there, then that would be good. Kazina, will you come too?
Of course. I nod at her. We'll see what kind of musicians they have here. Certainly.
All right. I presume the rest of you are also wanting to go because you've been gathered here by Roxor.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and I'll be like, I want to gallantry like take her hand, or take her arm, and follow along with Rexar.
All right.
It's been 6 years. Do I still recognize Migrant after all this time? So I only saw him for the little bit, but that was a very memorable moment.
He was probably baby-faced at the time, only 21.
He might have. Could he have had a fake face though, like a robot face?
What are you trying to say, Jacob?
Well, between all of us, we have enough prosthetics to make a whole person.
Well,
Pretty much.
last time I saw him, right? He was a traitor, right? Or was that explained that he wasn't a traitor?
I wasn't a traitor.
Okay, so I'm not going to.
He was going by the name Alex Murphy at the time, though.
Not Sergeant Murphy. Yes, Alex Murphy.
Google that one. Oh,
I don't have to.
I was wondering if you knew who that was. I figured.
Yeah, as soon as I heard the name Alex Murphy, I went, wait a second. And he has a bunch of prosthetics.
Yeah. That was a good one.
You have 15 seconds to comply.
Oh,
All right, so
coming with me. Go ahead. Sorry, Brian.
Chris.
Robocop.
Yes. Chris, you were knighted. Was that as a result of Gougeste, or was it something else that you did? You also got a medal for conspicuous gallantry.
That's right. I got a couple medals too for
who
various
doesn't have a
things.
medal?
You want to come back to the issue of your knighthood later?
Chris.
Oh, sorry. Well, that was me.
Yeah, that was addressed to you.
Okay, maybe Chris is bad.
Should I start calling you just
That's like
Sir
a normal
Dixon?
person name. I made changes. Okay. As my knighthood, yeah, I'll say that's what got me. You know, Sir Dixon of the anesthesiology.
All right. I would imagine that in the aftermath of Gougeste, you probably worked on Roxor. He was very badly wounded, and you were very likely the closest medic on hand.
Oh, do I roll to see if I did it right?
No, let's not retroactively kill one of the PCs at this point.
Also, I'd like my hex, if possible, to contain a hospital.
That is possible, sure.
Okay, it's Dixon General.
Say that again.
It's Dixon General.
Dixon General. So you all get a Grav Uber or whatever, and head around the arcology to where the promotions office is, and go in with Troitska. So you go in through the front door, and there's of course your little reception desk and some comfortable couches, and then there's like mood lighting and artwork on the walls. And as soon as Troitska introduces herself to the receptionist, he says, "Oh, yes, of course. Just a few moments." And he pushes a button. And he says, "Miss Troitska is here. She's arrived with entourage." And then he waits for a moment. He's got a little earpiece in his ear, and he says, "Okay, yes, right away, ma'am." And he stands up and says, "Right this way, please." He ushers you into a conference room with a long table. And there's a woman in here. She's got kind of golden complexion, looks not quite natural, and she's got these tight braids, white hair in this intricate hairstyle. And she says, hello, I am Bazin Durana. Troitska, it is so lovely to meet you. I'm so happy that you could come and coordinate with me. I have some wonderful music that I think that your poetry would elevate. So you'd be a wonderful lyricist for me. I heard. Oh, yes, I see. You are a Kazana, yes?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful! I heard your music. It was not what I would call sophisticated, but full of energy and passion, and I liked it very much. It was the music that was played for me that Troitska wrote the lyrics for, and I must say that you have some talent. You should very much, you should certainly nurture that and continue writing music. It was very, very passionate. I loved it very much.
And I give her a super duper sincere half smile with my eyes squinted shut a little bit. I say, "Oh, it was just a pleasure to help out Troitska, but I thank you."
Yes. Well, it is what brought her to my attention, and so thank you very much. I would like all of you to be my guests. There is a concert tomorrow night, a concert for the flotilla, and I would like all of you to have tickets. And she puts some tickets on the table. She says, "This is for very good seats and a flying balloon that will be very close to the stage, and you'll be my special guests, VIPs."
We would all be honored.
Oh, and yes, Baronet Roxor, I thank you again for arranging for all of this. It was very kind of you to make the effort, and we will talk later. I think there are some things that you can do for me in exchange for what I have done for you. Yes?
At your service. I kiss her hand genteelly.
So what are you going to do from here?
Would you like us to show you the town? Troitska?
Oh, that was for me. I think I have to stay here because Mr. Rana wanted to work with me immediately.
Oh, well, then get to work.
But thank you. I will certainly. I would love to see the town later.
Yes, and we will see you at the concert. We won't run into you sooner.
Yes, I will be there.
Do we have personal communication technology?
I'm going to presume that you each have a comm unit of some kind that is capable of interfacing with Regina's planetary comm system.
All right. Yeah. So I'll to Troitska. Well, I'd better go with the rest of this entourage, as they say. Please call if you need anything, of course.
Oh yes, thank you so much. I'll call you later.
Yep, and I'll leave with the rest of the group.
All right.
All right, fellas, let's go find a place to talk.
What? Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
I said, how about we go find a place to talk, gentlemen? And lady?
Space Cafe?
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some iced coffee or something.
In this world and empire, what's the legalities of civilians having and carrying a gun?
That is a good question. On Regina, and I should probably question you all about personal weapons. It is illegal to carry a weapon of any kind on your person. It's not illegal to own them. They can stay at your residence. However, none of you have yet acquired a domicile. Roxor and Migrant obviously are local to here, so they've got whatever they have is probably at home.
Old Bessie's sitting up on the wall up above the fireplace.
Okay.
So if it's illegal to own but illegal to ever carry, then how do you get them to your homes?
I would presume that it's a little bit like the law here in California, where it's got to be like in a case or some kind.
Yeah, and you transport it
during
separately than
transport.
the ammunition, right?
Yeah. So, however, as military officers
Mhm.
recently discharged, you would be permitted to carry a firearm with you temporarily.
Right.
Not Kazuna, obviously, but
I have something.
The two
I
of
have
us who are
something different,
officers.
Brian. I'm not carrying a firearm.
Oh, so I'm thinking, guys, let's all go talk at the gun range because I need to go buy a slug thrower because all I got is a beam pistol.
Not a whole lot
A
of gun
doctor
ranges
who likes gun ranges, huh? That's
Not a lot of gun
type.
ranges here where the guns are illegal.
yeah.
Well, they're only illegal to carry. That means the rich people probably have tons of guns just for kicks, hunting.
Mm. Yeah, the hard part is shooting at the range without actually carrying one.
Yes.
Oh, you leave it on a table, spin it around, and then pull the trigger. It's
And that sounds very safe.
Yeah, a machine flings the guns at you like a tennis ball launcher, and you have to grab it and shoot, and then throw it right back.
Wow,
That sounds fun.
a lot of dexterity there. I hope you're high on that still. Do I need to detail to you, Brian, what I carry? Or does it matter?
Eventually, yes, it's not going to matter today.
Okay. It is not a handgun. I'll just say that.
You make your way to Roxor knows a good place up in one of those gravity towers that's got a good view of the arcology.
Nice.
Nice light. And when as you're on your way there, you see an advertisement. Do you have intrusive thoughts that you think are coming from outside your head? Do things move around in your presence without anyone touching them? Do you have premonitions, flashes of other places, other times? Do you worry that you might be a psychic? If you or someone you love thinks that you might have psychic abilities, come see Doc Shez. Her patented procedures can identify psionics and dampen them so that you and your loved ones can be safe. Doc Shez Psychic Dampeners. See your local medical provider and ask about Doc Shez. Roxor, you actually are acquainted with Sir Sheshtuas de Akoapeb. You can see why she goes by Doc Shez.
Yes, that was a good change.
She is a personal friend of Archduke Norris, and she has apparently developed a process that can identify psychic powers and remove them from people. And this is highly sought after on Regina in particular because the Archduke is quite paranoid about psychics and the Jodani, and all psychic powers are illegal throughout most of the Imperium.
How common knowledge are psychic powers? Like from a low-tech civilization, would I have been brought up thinking of it as something more religious?
Possibly.
Okay.
They're not very common at all, but you grew up in the Deneb subsector, which is reasonably close to Jodani space.
Yes.
And so you would have heard stories about the terrifying Jodani psychic terrorists, people who could rip the thoughts right out of your head and make you do things that you don't want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like game masters.
Kind of like game masters, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I get you. I understand now.
Became a popular legal defense for a while.
So you're at the cafe, looking out over the arcology. What you talking about?
How good this iced coffee is. Man.
Well, not to stir up too many rumors, but there are indications that the syndicate is back.
What? Wait a minute. Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding, and I hope I'm wrong.
Where have they been active? Do you know?
You would have heard rumors about, I have some notes here, a planet called Kagena, which is being colonized over the violent objection of the locals, and another planet called Quopist. Let's see, Kagena
And where are we now?
Chris,
You are currently
where you?
on Regina. Kagena is way over here.
All right.
And Quopist,
Oh, you had us over our homeworlds.
don't remember.
Not in Kansas anymore.
I don't have homeworld.
I don't remember where Quopist was. Oh, there it is.
Man, I spelled it right. Nice. It's always fun. That's going to be a fun game in Traveler. How accurate can I be with my transcriptions based on bird names?
Quopist, someone who quopes.
And yeah, I put those pawns on close to your home worlds just so I would remember where they were.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily
Good idea.
moving the pawns, right?
You can if you like.
Oh, okay.
I think I've memorized where Aramis and Tralfa are at this point.
Okay.
I don't have them. At least I don't think I do.
Nope, because you don't have a specific homeworld.
Nope. Just floating around in space.
Just like a galactic nomad.
At least I wasn't alone.
Oh.
And I had more than my cat and robot and roommate who is now a hologram.
Wow. Sounds like a retelling of The Boy and His Dog.
Good taste.
I don't know. Could the cat talk in that one?
I don't think so.
I started work on Deneb. Got far enough to put Sir Durai on there.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
How are you making these?
This one I was making just with the drawing tools in Roll20.
Oh, man.
I mean, the hex obviously is the hexes are from the map system, but the spinward marches was PDF.
Yeah, the hard part is he does it on location. He has to go out to space to draw those.
Yeah. I go out there and I survey. You know, that whole new telescope that they put out there, the James Webb, that was just for me doing this game so I could get better information.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Believe that.
I figured you were behind it all.
Yeah. Been working on that since I graduated high school.
Oh, my.
I actually worked for NASA back in the 80s.
Nice.
I actually just started sort of working for NASA like yesterday. So
Exciting.
Perfect time to be playing Traveler then.
Yeah.
So, baddies from your past are back.
Yep. And somebody's going down.
Yeah. Forgive me. Who or what is this syndicate? Migrant, you seem awfully concerned.
And he would not be privy to the story that I share with Roxor, right?
No, I don't know. Would we even have met? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
You may or may not have met Migrant in the aftermath of Gougeste.
Okay.
What you know is that there was some kind of smuggling going on.
Yep.
That Lincoln Lunt was involved with.
So, but I do know Quazina from the meeting that we've had, like right now. We've all met and we're familiar with each other.
Yeah, you've all met, and you would have
Yep.
known specifically about her
Oh, okay.
due to your investigation
Oh.
because she was the contact point for the sting that you were setting up.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know very much, but I got brought in as
Okay.
an asset by Lunt.
Well, Quazina, I firmly believe I don't have facts. I don't have data that would support this. This is just my gut, but I believe the syndicate is responsible for the death of my wife.
Cool. I'm sorry to hear that.
I appreciate it. But when I find them, they're going to be sorry to hear that too.
the plus side to this is they're generally bad people. So even if you pick the wrong syndicate, it's not like anything bad happened.
What did he say?
He said,
Yeah.
Generally criminals are bad people, so even if you pick the wrong syndicate, it's not going to be a bad thing if you send them away.
Right.
Yeah, just pick a syndicate off the like. If you can't afford store-bought, then homemade is fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, Quazina, we were tracking them on several different levels, the activities that they were engaged with. For my part, being kind of contracted by it's kind of a collective galactic shared jurisdictional sheriff's departments. These different areas had this syndicate type group running currency, running weapons, running drugs, and there's just a lot of nefarious activity going on. And I was contracted in to help bring order and justice and stop a lot of that. And I think it made a lot of people angry.
Okay. Well, what makes us think the syndicate they're operating right there, or that it's the ones related to your laws?
Like you say, criminals are a dime a dozen. Could be them, could be somebody else, but something about it, their tactic and strategy and goals seems to be the same as the syndicate that we had known.
Okay.
I would, I'm not sure if this would work, if I need to use Streetwise. I might rather use Steward. I want to try to get an impression by having a brief exchange with one of the staff here of what the impression of Roxor and who's the other native to Regina?
Migrants not. They're neither of them actually native to Regina, but
Yeah.
They both live here.
Yes, residents, I should say.
Residents, yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what the serving staff's attitude towards them is.
Okay, go ahead and give me that steward roll then.
Okay, education.
I would say this would be either Soch or intelligence.
Okay, those are the same. How difficult of a roll is it?
This is easy.
Okay.
All right. They seem personally acquainted with Roxor. They know his preferences. He's apparently been here before. And Migrant, actually, all of you, they treat well on his behalf. So,
all right.
Did you have anything more to discuss at this point?
I'd like for us to try to pool our information, and that might be a combination of me acting as liaison to be able to coordinate all of the information that we get, and streetwise or investigations or something like that from those who have it.
Okay. Well, I can tell you a few things that everybody would know, I guess. The naval officers after the Battle of Gougeste, there was kind of a cleaning house among both the Army and the Navy, and they rooted out a lot of these officers that were misappropriating gear and funds. And due to the contacts and the information that Migrant had gathered, they were able to round these people up, court-martial who they needed to, put people in prison. And so for a few years, the syndicates, having lost all of their military contacts, or most of them, they weren't lying low so much as they were rebuilding their resources. Migrant was effectively in witness protection after he was attacked during the training exercises. It became clear that this criminal enterprise had it out for him. They somehow discovered that his involvement, and so the Deneb Intelligence Service put him in hiding, and everything was hunky-dory for a while, but somebody apparently leaked his location, and that resulted in the death of his wife. Kazina has never had any particular contact. Once she led everybody to Lincoln Lunt, she was kind of out of it. That was her major point of contact, and if they ever meet again, of course they're still acquainted, but she hasn't had any further contact with criminal enterprises since then. Sir Dixon, as a result of his being knighted, is a little higher profile. If he has decided to pursue this at all, he might have had some contact with people on Aramis. What's Aramis's law level?
Ooh, that's a good question.
6, which means what? So Aramis is kind of a rough and tumble place, and so he may have had some contact with smugglers and criminal sorts. but nothing on the level of organized crime. It's been mostly small time stuff. Roxor, you as a baronet and as somebody who's been paying attention and watching this, as you said, you've put together some of the pieces and you've seen this activity which seems similar to what had happened before, and so you figure, whatever this criminal enterprise is, either somebody else has taken a page from their playbook, or the syndicate is up to their old tricks. But you're starting to hear reports of low-tech rebels being suddenly armed with higher-tech weapons than they should have.
Okay. And
that's pretty much the size of it. And now I'm going to pull a Raymond Chandler.
Whoa! Okay, I got that reference.
You find a hotel. Those of you with money can cover for those without. It's not terribly expensive, and especially in Roxor's terms. And the next morning, Kazina gets a call from Troitska.
All right.
And you pick up, and you hear her breathing really heavily. She says, Kazina, help! And then it goes dead. And that's where we'll pick it up next time.
Okay.
Cliffhangers!
Indeed.
Thanks for listening. This has been Hard Travelin' Geeks, presented by Geek at Arms. As always, you can find more actual play experiences and episodes of the Geek at Arms podcast at geekatarms.com.